and I want to introduce myself a little bit. My name is Salman Mian, and my parents brought me to this country when I was 5 years old. I was born in Pakistan, and we moved to Georgia. So I was raised in Georgia. I went to public school for elementary, middle, high, and even for college. So elementary school was kind of an interesting time, and so was middle school. Both of my parents worked full-time jobs, and I didn't see them, of course, during the day, and I would come home and they weren't there. When I got to middle school, it became a more difficult time. In middle school, if you guys have had kids who have been that age, it can be a very difficult time when you're trying to figure out your identity. To tell you a little bit about the school that I went to, it was 95% white. There was very few people of color. There was 0 Muslims in my elementary, middle, or high school throughout my schooling. I didn't have any Muslim friends at my school. When I would ride the bus, which is what I rode every day, morning and afternoon, there was a kid in middle school who used to pick on me. He used to punch me in the stomach, and I never said anything. I didn't have anybody to talk to about it. And it was hard in that sense, but when I got to high school, it got a little bit easier. And this kind of thing was common in the, you could say, late 90s or the early 90s, depending on how old you think I am. So during that time, this kind of thing was very common. Bullying, picking on kids, all of that kind of stuff, especially if you look different. So I had a real problem with kind of trying to find my identity. High school became a little bit easier for me. Alhumdulillah, I got in the classes with all of the other nerdy kids, and it made it a little bit easier because you're with all the other kids who are kind of academic achievers, and I found some identity there. But again, no Muslim friends at my school. And then it was until when I got to college. College is what really was a game changer for me, Alhamdulillah. Through a very unusual set of circumstances, I ended up having these 2 twin brothers, also from Georgia, and they became roommates of mine. These 2 brothers, mashallah, they were so strong in their faith. They would wake up for Fajr every day, and they would wake me up. And they were so strong in their identity that I had never seen anything like it for someone my age to have somebody who was so strong in their faith and identity. So I credit these 2 brothers, as well as some of the other brothers that I met in college at the time, for completely changing and transforming my life, alhamdulillah, with the blessing and guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I hope that for you, for your youth, that you do not have to have some of the same issues that I did. I hope that as we grow our community together, that we give our children a sense of strong identity from this age all the way up to this age. And I hope that that is something that we can resolve and make better for them. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm standing here. That's why I'm passionate about this subject and this matter, inshallah.